why heavy lifting after 40 fails, and what elite men do instead. This is frustrating, but here's the good news. Heavy lifting doesn't fail after 40, context does. When I looked at men who quit lifting due to pain versus those who thrived, the difference wasn't weight on the bar, it was how force was introduced and removed. And once you understand that, heavy lifting becomes reliable again. Point 1, failure comes from poor load transitions. We've all pushed ourselves too hard at some point, trying to lift more than we should, or rushing through a set like it's a race. The problem isn't that you're weak, it's how the load moves through your body. Many men treat a lift like a straight line. Grab the bar, move it, drop it. Smooth transitions get skipped, and that's where failure starts. Research from the NSCA in 2020 shows why. Sudden shifts in force spike stress in joints, ligaments, and tendons unpredictably. Your body isn't just a collection of muscles, it's an intricate system of levers, pulleys, and stabilizers. When a load jumps or jerks, those systems take the hit, not your biceps. That's why men in their 40s and 50s often feel mysterious aches after a simple bench press. The solution is deceptively simple. Control every phase. Lift, pause, descend, reset. Each movement deliberate. Think of it like driving two different cars. A Ferrari shifts smoothly through gears, with every movement precise and engineered for longevity. A classic muscle car? Floor it, and the engine groans under sudden strain. Your joints feel the same tension when you rush transitions. Respecting the entry and exit of each lift doesn't just protect your body, it sets the stage for real power. And this isn't just theory. My analysis shows men who master transitions see stronger, more reliable lifts in weeks, not months. The kicker? There's a hidden multiplier here. Treat your transitions well, and the power you generate in the next point will almost feel effortless. We'll get into that next, and it's where smooth movement translates into raw, usable strength. Point 2, elite lifters respect entry and exit phases. We all know the urge to power through a lift, to let momentum carry the weight for us. The problem is rushing in and out of the bottom or top positions isn't just sloppy, it's dangerous. That microsecond where you cheat a little, let the bar bounce, or snap out of a squat without control, that's where weak points form. Joints take more stress, stabilizers disengage, and your overall power drops. My analysis shows this is why even experienced men hit invisible plateaus. The lift isn't failing them, they're failing the lift. The solution lies in intention. Approach every entry like a deliberate handshake. Pause where the lift demands it, the deepest point in a squat, the chest touch in a bench, the bottom of a row. Exit cleanly. This isn't slow motion theatrics, it's precise engineering of your body's force. Think of it as the difference between a handshake that's too quick, feels weak, and one that's too slow, clumsy. The right speed and timing creates strength that carries through the set. What surprised me in the research is how much these small pauses improve stability, control, and even power output over time. Elite lifters aren't just stronger, they've learned to speak the language of force. By respecting these phases, you avoid unpredictable spikes that stress joints and ligaments, and you set yourself up for smooth, efficient strength. The multiplier effect? Mastering entry and exit phases primes your core, joints, and nervous system to handle heavier loads safely, which ties directly into the next point. Controlling force isn't just technique, it's a secret most men miss, and it's where the real gains start. Point 3, strength declines when force spikes unpredictably. We've all felt that rush. The lift jerks, momentum takes over, and suddenly the bar feels heavier than it should. That sudden spike in force isn't just uncomfortable, it's sabotaging your strength. Muscles work best under consistent tension. When force spikes unpredictably, your fibers fail to recruit efficiently. Energy leaks, power disappears. My analysis shows this is why men plateau even when volume and frequency are sufficient. They're fighting themselves more than the weight. The wrong approach is letting the bar or your body dictate the pace. Jerky, uncontrolled lifts put your nervous system on reactive mode. Stabilizers disengage, small muscles take a beating, and the lift becomes a gamble every time. Research confirms steady, deliberate force application maximizes output, improves motor unit recruitment, and protects joints. The right approach is moderate, controlled tension. Keep the muscles loaded through every inch of the movement. Think of it like pouring water through a narrow funnel. Pour too quickly and half of it spills. Pour steadily and every drop counts. That's how elite lifters maintain strength, preserve joints, and prevent energy loss. What this sets up is critical. Controlling force consistently isn't just technique, it's the foundation for raw, usable power. The next point explores exactly how mastering this leads to optimal power output without risking injury, and why most men never figure it out. Point 4, control preserves power output. We've all been tempted to throw the weight around, to chase numbers and ego instead of technique. The result, sloppy form, wasted energy, and a higher risk of injury. Brute force feels productive, but my analysis shows it actually limits the total power your muscles can generate. When lifts are uncontrolled, stabilizers disengage, energy leaks, and the core takes a hidden beating. The right approach flips that on its head. Measure every inch. Let control dictate the speed. Even modest weight handled perfectly produces more usable power than a heavier load handled poorly. Research supports this. Controlled, deliberate lifting engages more motor units, recruits fibers consistently, and produces a power output that carries beyond the gym into daily tasks, sports, and even posture and confidence. Think of it like martial arts. A precise strike delivers far more force than a wild, flailing punch. It's the same with your lifts. Control isn't just safety. It's a multiplier for strength, efficiency, and long-term durability. What's remarkable is that mastering control also sets the stage for cleaner, more fluid movement patterns. That prepares us for point 5, where efficiency and precision combine to maximize every ounce of strength and protect your joints in ways most men never experience. Drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We'd love to hear how control has changed your training so far. Point 5, heavy lifting requires cleaner movement. Later, we all hit the point where fatigue creeps in, and the temptation is to push through, letting form slip just to hit numbers. What I discovered in my analysis of veteran lifters is that this is exactly where progress stalls and injuries sneak in. Ignoring form deterioration isn't bravery. It's wasted effort, hidden joint stress, and lost power. The right approach is to respect technique even as muscles burn. Train with quality over quantity. Every rep matters more when fatigue sets in, because this is when the nervous system signals adaptation. Research shows that precise movement under load preserves motor unit recruitment, prevents joint wear, and maintains strength gains longer than simply chasing heavier weights. Think of it like a luxury watch. Every cog must align perfectly, or the entire mechanism fails. Your body under load is no different. If one link falters, energy leaks, and the lift stops being productive. What's fascinating is that mastering these transitions, the subtle adjustments and controlled finishes, can revive stalled lifts almost instantly. It's a secret overlooked by most men chasing volume or ego, but it's a cornerstone of the 5% who stay strong, lean, and durable year after year. Bonus point. Improving transitions revives stalled lifts. I want to start by thanking you for making it this far. We'd love to see the community we're building together. What I discovered in analyzing veteran lifters is that smooth, controlled transitions between movement phases often restart lifts that have plateaued for months. It's not about adding weight. It's about precision under load. The insight is subtle but powerful. Minor adjustments in how you shift from one part of a lift to the next create outsized gains. These micro-corrections prevent energy leaks, preserve tension, and recruit the exact fibers that stagnated growth. My analysis shows that lifters who master transitions can gain strength, endurance, and coordination in weeks without ever touching a heavier load. Think of it like adjusting the rudder on a yacht. A tiny nudge changes the entire trajectory without altering the sails. That same principle applies to your lifts. Every core movement, squat, deadlift, press, benefits when transitions are intentional, measured, and consistent. Integrate these refinements into every session. You'll notice stalled lifts spring to life and fatigue becomes less punishing. These methods are quiet, almost invisible, but transformative. Respecting them is what separates the 5% who remain strong, lean, and durable from the rest. Conclusion. Remember at the start, I told you only 5% of men maintain a lean, muscular, athletic physique after 40? Now you know why. It's not just genetics or luck. It's about force, control, transitions, and consistency. Each of the points we covered today builds on that principle. Steady force preserves energy, control amplifies power, clean form protects longevity, and small adjustments revive stalled lifts. Point 1 reminded us that jerky movements leak power and risk injury. Point 2 showed that measured tension generates more usable strength. Point 3 revealed that controlling your lifts beats brute force every time. Point 4 emphasized that fatigue is inevitable, but respecting technique extends performance. And our bonus point highlighted that micro adjustments in transitions can unlock gains that seemed impossible. If you're 40, 45, 50 plus, this isn't a disadvantage. It's an advantage. You've got experience, awareness, and perspective. What you lack in raw youth, you make up for in precision, strategy, and discipline. The men who stay in the top 5% aren't chasing shortcuts. They're mastering the fundamentals and paying attention to the quiet details everyone else ignores. If you want more actionable strategies to stay lean, strong, and athletic, subscribe. I post new videos daily on core exercise, fitness, and building a physique that commands respect without gimmicks. Hit the bell so you don't miss it. Remember, strength is earned one precise lift at a time. Consistency beats ego, control beats brute force, and small refinements create outsized results. Age isn't a number. Age is leverage. Use it. Feel free to suggest a topic you would like to watch next in the comments. We will notify you once it's posted. And if you want to dive deeper, check out this video next.